Hi guys. My last video I talked about income and exactly how much rent we're paying in America. And a lot of people are saying no to it. They're saying no because they can't afford it. Today, I want to pose this question to a lot of women, especially you pampered princesses. And exactly what do I mean by that? I mean, you women who your husband have told you they just want you to be a stay-at-home mom and take care of the kids. I was looking at a video yesterday and it was concerning a TikTok rant about women who hate that they got married, who hate that they are stay-at-home moms, who are going through so much because the man has the income and he's treating them like they're nothing. It's great if you have a good husband and you get to stay at home and he's taking care of you and he's allowing you to do whatever. But that's not the reality for most women. Most women, they're staying at home, they're having kids, they're having to take care of those kids because those high-powered executive men are living the life. They are working so many hours. They're never at home. And when they are, do you think they're taking care of them kids? No. That woman is stressed out to the max. And then if she lets herself go, or some little pretty little young thing comes and flirts with that man who has that good income, and he decides, I'm gonna trade her in for a younger model. Let me ask you, what are you gonna do then? If you've been a stay-at-home mom for 10 years, 20 years, now you got to get back out in the workforce or get into the workforce. And exactly what is your Social Security going to look like when you reach that age? And then for some women, the men leave them when they get sick. The idiot that I was engaged to, he told me before we were married that if I ever got sick, he was going to leave me. But if he got sick, I was supposed to stay and take care of him. I guess he was modeling after his dad. Now let me help you understand the difference between him and his dad. His dad had common sense, his dad was patient, and his dad worked. He didn't have one to work. He lost his mom at 12 years old. His dad raised about 7 of them, and they were fairly young. But upon telling me that if I ever got sick, he was going to leave me, I decided, you know what? I put up with enough of his bull already. I've been with this man for a little more than 7 years, and every month I have to ask him if he has his half of the rent money. He acted as if he didn't know that we had to live somewhere. And for some dumb reason, he tried me on several occasions, telling me, well, you just go ahead and take care of it and I'll pay you back later. Oh no, brother, we both was going to be in the streets. So, as a woman, you need to be responsible for your own income. You need to be responsible for yourself. I don't care if your husband is allowing you to be Little Miss Princess. Because at the end of the day, the reality is, if something happened to him, or if he decides to leave you, with these kids, and a lot of women, they've been in that situation before. Or he's been with you 40 years and you haven't been working, and then he leaves or he dies, have a heart attack or whatever, and you don't have Social Security. What you gonna do? What are you going to do when you get into the workforce at 40, 50 years old, and you're trying to work and put away as much Social Security as you can before you have to retire, before you get sick, or you're working at McDonald's or Walmart because you don't have any other choice? If you have not worked in years and you don't hardly have any Social Security up there, you're going to get SSI. And the SSI is like $900 some right now. Where you going to live for that much? Even at a passsplit.com where they rent rooms, depending on the area you're in, you're going to be spending about $180 or $200 a week for a room. How does that work for you? You won't hardly have any income left over to do anything. I keep trying to sound the alarm, especially for women. You need to be doing something else to make extra income. Because, even with a college degree, I had a friend that had a college degree and she was working at a fast food place. A college degree don't mean nothing nowadays. You start working, and when your job get ready to lay you off because they want to do some cutbacks, and they'll lay off the top people that's making good money and keep two to three people for the same amount of money that they were paying you, who you think going first? You are. You're going to be out the door. And so if you already started late and then you get laid off and then you're getting SSI, come on now, do the math. Do the math. Apartments are renting, I don't even know what a regular apartments are renting for nowadays. I don't, because I live in a senior building. But what I've been hearing online is that they're renting from $1,500, $1,900, $3,000, $5,000. Who the heck can afford that? How can you afford that if you're working at Walmart, McDonald's, Wendy's, working for the state, and you're making $12 an hour or $17 an hour? I'm a senior and I'm hurting, and I live in an affordable housing building. I am glad that I started working very early in my life. And even with me working the way I work, when you get some type of criminal charge on you, and then you can't find a job because now you got a criminal record, and no matter how well you've always worked a job or had a job in the past, nobody wants to touch you because they still penalizing you. When I got penalized, if it wasn't for the fact that I had common sense and I had just started a balloon business, that balloon business took care of me most of the time until finally the federal government gave me a chance after about 7 years. And if it wasn't for the fact of the amount of money that I made while I worked for the federal government, the income that I have now wouldn't be as much. And trust me, it's not much when I'm paying 58% of my income right now for rent. And if I choose to stay here in April, I'll be paying between 61 to 62%. I understand why people are living in their vehicles, living on the streets, going from shelter to shelter, or doing weeklies whenever they can. I've been there. I've done that. I lived in my van. Thank God I had a van. It had the store and go seating in the back where I can let those seats down in the floor. And I had a air mattress that fit in the back perfectly. Plus, I still had a little room right in front of it and room on the side where I was able to store my laundry basket, my cooler, and some other things. I was blessed because I was able to lay down flat. Some of the areas where I parked my van and it was other homeless people there, they were sleeping in cars. Some of them were sleeping in small cars. And I know that had to be pretty cramped. And some of the people would tell me, you're so lucky that you have a van that you can lay all the way down. But I was still homeless. Now, people are choosing to live in their vehicles because they feel like they don't have a choice. Or they just don't want to give up all of their income paying rent. So if you are a woman who is not working because you're at home, because your husband is telling you, oh, baby, I just want you to stay at home and take care of these kids, you might want to rethink that. Because right now, it sounds good. But when you get to my age, in your 60s, you're going to realize that was a mistake. It was a trap that he got you in. Thank you for listening once again. Do something. Do it now. If you're at my age, you better continue to do something. Because if not, you're going to look up and the little income that we got is going to be gone. Be blessed, guys.